Ever since I was a kid, my mom told me one thing. There are countless women out there. If she cheats, you just replace her. So when I see my girlfriend of 3 years holding an umbrella in the pouring rain for another man, thinking she's hidden it perfectly, I stay silent. Calmly, I take the photos. Then I send the video of her kissing that junior in the rain to everyone at Capital University. The moment it drops, the comments from our mutual friends flood the screen in seconds. They're panicking like crazy. And I'm not surprised at all. After all, everyone knows how obsessed Jessica was with me back then. She chased me for 2.5 years relentlessly, begging me 88 times before I finally said yes. I stare at the updates, and suddenly I feel her 100% love has been split in half. Half for me, and the other half secretly given to someone else. I don't go confront her. I don't put on some desperate boyfriend act. I just quietly delete all my social media accounts, pack my bags, and walk out of our place without looking back. Early the next morning, Jessica receives a call from her best friend Mia. "Jessica, did a donkey kick your brain out?" Hearing this, Jessica freezes for a moment, but Mia doesn't give her time to think, and starts cursing right away. "Such an amazing guy and you don't cherish him? You're getting tangled up with another man? What did he ever do to wrong you, that you'd treat him this disgustingly?" After being yelled at, Jessica finally catches the key point in Mia's words. She jumps to her feet. "What do you mean? Tell me clearly. I'm asking you, where are you right now?" Jessica is about to answer when she suddenly remembers she's still at the hospital with Leo. The words die on her lips. Mia clearly knows why she's silent, and her anger flares even more. "You're still at the hospital with that guy called Leo, aren't you? Do you have any idea your photos and videos are all over the campus forum?" Hearing this, Jessica's brain explodes. She suddenly remembers she had plans last night, but after taking Leo to the hospital she got caught up and forgot. She gasps in horror. "What about Lucien? Did he wait for me at the cake shop all night?" More importantly, what would Lucien think when he sees those photos? Her hands shake as she hangs up. Then she sees countless missed calls, all from me. In that instant, Jessica clutches her chest from the pain. She quickly opens our chat. When she sees my message asking to meet, she's about to call me to explain. But just then, Leo grabs her hand. "Jessica, can you stay here with me?" Jessica says nothing. She coldly pries Leo's hand off. Reason tells her in this moment, if she doesn't make it to the place I sent her at the time I set, I'll be furious. But then she remembers the scene of me carrying her out of a burning building back then. Her anxious heart slowly calms down. No, he loves me so much. He charged into fire for me. How could he give up on me over this? Time ticks by. I stare at the empty seat in front of me, minute after minute. Jessica still hasn't shown up. An hour has passed since our agreed time. I'm disappointed, but not too disappointed. I just wanted to break up face to face, but someone clearly doesn't want a clean ending. With that thought, I lower my head and post what I've written on social media. A few minutes later, the Capital University campus forum explodes again. Someone screenshots my post. The content reads, "Happy being single." I ignore the chaos online and head straight to the airport. Once I arrive, I tell the driver to take the car back to the villa, and after telling Mrs. Reed where I'm going, I switch off my phone. Then I board the plane. 3 hours after I take off, Jessica finally leaves the hospital. What she doesn't expect is the news that I've declared myself single. In disbelief, she opens my social media, but all she sees is a horizontal line. Jessica freezes. She wonders if I blocked her or deleted her. Frantically, she dials my number, but all she hears is the cold mechanical voice over and over. Jessica doesn't know what kind of situation she's in. She only feels that the moment she can't reach me, the world flips upside down. Everything in front of her loses its color. Clinging to one last hope, she rushes to the address I sent. Jessica looks around, hoping to see me. But no. People come and go, but there's no sign of me. This coffee shop was opened by Jessica just for me. It's where we've gone on most of our dates. She stares at the familiar place. It's as if every table holds the image of me chatting with her, smiling at her. But in a flash, the illusion shatters. Jessica finds a staff member and tries to ask calmly where I went. Young Master Lucien sat here for 2 hours and then left. He didn't order anything. When did he leave? Let me think. Around 10:30. Thinking about that timestamp, Jessica looks down at her phone. The message says we agreed to meet at the coffee shop at 9:30. But now it's 2 in the afternoon, and I arrived at the agreed time, then waited for her for an hour. That 1 hour. What was Lucien thinking? What kind of resolve did he make? That during that hour I didn't show up, he didn't reach out to me even once. Though she really doesn't want to admit it. In this moment, all of Jessica's smug confidence cracks. She begins to realize I'm really angry now. Is Lucien doing this because he doesn't want me anymore? The moment this thought appears, Jessica's eyes sting. Her hands tremble uncontrollably. Like a walking corpse, she returns to her car. Her shaking hands keep dialing my number. She doesn't know how much time passes when her other phone in the passenger seat starts vibrating. It must be Leo. He can't reach her on this phone, so he's calling her backup. But Jessica has no intention of answering. Her chest feels tight, her head pounds, her eyes burn. Even blinking feels impossibly hard, yet her mind is completely blank. Jessica wants to drive to Lucien's place to find me, but she realizes her hands gripping the wheel have no strength left. In those few seconds of paralysis, Mia's call comes through. Jessica picks up instantly. The first thing she says is, "Help me." Mia freezes for a moment, then sighs and agrees. After telling Mia her location, Jessica finally finds a release. She murmurs in pain, "I can't reach Lucien. I didn't know it would be like this." He must be hurting too, that's why he doesn't want to talk to me. You're not unaware, you're just greedy. Jessica, if it weren't for us growing up together, I'd look down on you for this. Mia's words are harsh, but Jessica doesn't argue back. She lowers her head, asking herself, why did she do something that hurt me? When did it start? It feels like even though I was the golden child everyone praised, she was always the most special one in my eyes. Anytime, anywhere, as long as she was there, my eyes would land on her. No matter when, as long as she needed me, I would show up without hesitation. I never threw tantrums, never made demands, just worked hard without complaint. Over time, the sharp and commanding me everyone else saw had no edges in front of her. So when Leo, with a completely different personality, appeared, Jessica started to drift. Compared to me, who had no desires, Leo was too easy to satisfy. The slightest crumb she gave him could make him happy for a month. This unfamiliar sense of accomplishment made her stop resisting Leo's deliberate approach. She started getting restless, started lying to me, started spending more time on Leo. But what did I do wrong? Jessica has never realized her own ugliness so clearly. She slumps weakly against the driver's seat. By the time Mia arrives, she finds Jessica looking half dead. Smelling the disinfectant on her, Mia covers her nose in disgust. Don't tell me you're going to see Lucien in those filthy clothes. Hearing Mia's voice, Jessica snaps back. After a moment, she pulls her lips into a faint smile. I'll clean up before I find him. Seeing her like this, Mia doesn't have the heart to say more. She takes Jessica to a hotel to clean up, then they head to my place. But after standing at my door for half an hour, no one comes out. Jessica nervously steps forward and tries the fingerprint lock. But the moment her finger touches it, she gets a recognition failed message. Hearing the mechanical voice, Jessica freezes in place. She doesn't give up and tries again, when Mrs. Reed's voice comes from behind her. Miss Jessica. Mrs. Reed, I'm here to see Lucien. I know. The young master has gone traveling. He won't be home for a while. I don't know when he'll be back. Tomorrow, I'm also going abroad for a while. You don't need to come here anymore. Seeing Mrs. Reed about to go inside, Jessica quickly stops her. Mrs. Reed, can you call Lucien for me? I have something to tell him, please. This is the young master's wish. I can't help you, Miss Jessica. You've known him for years. You should know his temper. Ask yourself, what did you do that made our young master so resolute? Our young master has never suffered a grievance in his life. You're the first person to make him cry from anger. I hope you don't regret it later. Jessica's throat feels blocked. For a long while, she can't say a word. As for Mrs. Reed's question, she can't answer it, and she's too ashamed to. As the door closes again, tears finally fall from Jessica's red eyes. Her clenched fists turn white. She's on the verge of collapse. Mia watches her, and in the end, she can only sigh. Both she and Jessica know they won't see me today. As for the future, Jessica doesn't even dare to think about it. Meanwhile, on the other side, after my plane lands at Harbor City International Airport, I happen to run into some pot-bellied man harassing a girl. He clearly wants her contact info, and when she refuses, he deliberately touches her, then starts spreading rumors that she's a gold digger. Everyone around is just watching the drama. I can't stand it, so I step in to help. But after just a few words, the man snaps and starts cursing. I don't tolerate it. I throw a punch right away. Not long after, airport security rushes over and surrounds us. At the same time, in the very important person lounge not far away, several pairs of eyes are watching everything. This guy has a sharp tongue. He does, but he's about to have some trouble. Throwing punches at Harbor City Airport. It's not a huge deal, but not small either. If that pot-bellied man refuses to drop it, he might end up in jail for a few days. Serafina, are you going to rescue the hero? Don't worry, he doesn't need it. Hearing this, Chloe frowns and wants to say more when she sees me make a phone call. Then the security captain picks up his walkie-talkie and says something. He respectfully gestures for me to leave. After I walk away, they drag the man, still kneeling in pain, away. Serafina, how did you know he wouldn't get in trouble? When that guy got off the plane, the flight staff personally escorted him out. If the staff treat him with that much respect, it doesn't just mean he's rich. He must have another identity. Outside the airport, the girl is so enthusiastic and insists on treating me to a meal. I can't refuse. By the time I check into the hotel, it's already 8 at night. Looking at my phone, which is draining fast from all the calls, I frown in disgust. Then I plug it into charge while calling my parents to let them know I'm safe. The next day, my parents tell me to share my hotel address with my older sister Claire, so she can send me some things. After I hang up, I see another call sneaking through. I click my tongue impatiently. Even though it's an unknown number, I don't need to think to know who it is. Just when Jessica thinks I won't pick up this call either, the call connects. Staring at the screen, Jessica's heart skips a beat. Are you okay? In less than a day, Jessica looks like a wreck. Her red eyes have dark circles underneath. She has no energy left. I can't see her state, but even I can see. I still don't care. Miss Jessica, aren't you exhausted? 99 missed calls. If my phone wasn't good quality, I think it would have crashed by now. Where are you? Let me come find you. Let's talk it out in person, okay? What do you want to say? Tell me how you flirted with Leo behind my back. Tell me how thrilling your immoral romance was. Or tell me that even though you cheated, I'm still the one you love most. Jessica, your apology means absolutely nothing to me. It's not like that, Lucien. Leo and I never did anything serious. At most, it was just that hug, nothing more. Don't just shut me out. Give me a chance, okay? She chokes back sobs, trying to win me back. From the moment she lost contact with me yesterday, Jessica's world has been blank. Her mind only has one thought. She's the one who can't let go. Only by finding me can everything around her have meaning. So she calls me like a madwoman. only to be told her words mean nothing. Before Jessica can say anything more, the line goes dead with a busy tone. Instinctively she redials, only to find I've already blocked this number. She switches phones and calls again. Looking at my phone ringing again, I remember my promise to my parents and resist the urge to turn it off. So the first thing I do after going out is head to a phone store and get a new SIM card. I send my parents my new number and put the old one on hold. Then I follow the map's recommendation to a bar. A few minutes later, Chloe walks toward me alongside a bartender. I'm sitting on a swivel stool at the bar, playing with my phone. She glances up and yawns, then suddenly stops. Her eyes widen. No way it's this much of a coincidence? Chloe's heart jumps. She leans in next to me. I'm the manager of this bar. Handsome. What do you need from me? I'm booking the entire section by the coast. It's only after entering the bar that I discovered the end of this cobblestone street is actually the coastline. Sitting there, the entire coastal view can be seen. I have a quirk. I like to find quiet within the chaos. Chloe follows my gaze to the west side of the bar, then laughs. You're being a bit greedy. That's the best section in the bar. You want to take it all for yourself? If you weren't so handsome, I'd throw you out. I shoot her a look. Like magic, a bank card appears between my fingers. Money. Do you want it or not? Chloe stares at the card in my hand, then her eyes crinkle with a smile. She takes the card and hands it to the server behind her, then asks me, how many seats do you need? Within 10 meters. Chloe answers crisply, gives a signal, and immediately someone goes to clear the tables. Soon, someone leads me to the floor-to-ceiling window. Chloe, why did you agree to his request? The bar isn't short on money. Hearing this, Chloe shoots him a glance. She thinks about how a certain woman at the airport couldn't take her eyes off me. She replies with hidden meaning. I'm scared someone will scold me. After walking away, the bartender finally realizes what Chloe meant. Chloe doesn't care what the bar staff think. She quickly enters the elevator and goes up to the second floor, then rushes into the private room. Guess who I ran into downstairs? But when she opens the door, the two people inside are already asleep. Seeing this, she pouts, yawns lazily, and closes her eyes too. Half an hour later, Luna shakes her awake to go downstairs for food. Chloe yawns, groggily following the two out. Just as she steps out of the private room, Chloe snaps awake. She's about to speak when she sees Serafina standing in front, staring at the lower floor. Noticing her gaze, Chloe slaps her forehead. Serafina, I forgot to tell you, that whole area's been booked by that guy. The bar counter, where they usually eat, is also within my 10 meters. Right now, a third of the hall's customers are lined up in front of my spot. The ones not in line are still focused on me. Even quite a few guys have come to join the fun. I welcome them all. As long as they line up and look good, anyone can sit across from me and play around. Winners get my contact info. Losers run a lap along the coast outside. Just while they're standing there, two more girls already run out. Chloe, who just noticed what's happening, is dramatically speechless. This guy really knows how to play. Luna offers no comment. Serafina has already withdrawn her gaze and is heading toward the elevator. For some reason, Chloe suddenly feels a chill. She deliberately bumps into Luna. Don't you feel something's off? Your brain's off. You can sell off our dining seats. Why don't you sell your brain while you're at it? Serafina doesn't like food smells in private rooms, which is why they eat downstairs. Chloe clearly knows why Luna's angry and quickly follows to plead. I'll go talk to him and borrow a table for us to eat at. Chloe doesn't take Luna's coldness to heart. Once downstairs, she rushes over to me, greets me, and sits down across from me. Drinks are on the house tonight. Lend us a table to eat at, yeah? After I nod, Chloe immediately walks to the booth next to mine and waves at Serafina and Luna. Luna scoffs under her breath. We're at least the owners of this place, and we have to borrow a seat from a customer just to eat. This is all Chloe's fault. Serafina, on the other hand, seems completely unaffected. She pulls her gaze away from my direction, then walks over and sits next to Chloe. While waiting for the food, Chloe leans on the side of the sofa closest to me, watching me play dice with people who come to hit on me. Minute by minute passes. There are barely any people left in front of me. None of them can beat me. So bored, I yawn and stand up to leave. Chloe freezes when she sees this, then quickly speaks up. You're leaving? Too boring? How about you come play with us? Serafina is really good at dice. Hearing this, I pause. I turn my head, my gaze landing on the woman scrolling her phone. Honestly, she's the most appealing woman I've ever met. As if sensing my gaze, Serafina lifts her eyes from her phone. Our eyes meet. I nod openly at her, then walk over to her. Wanna play? Serafina lets out a soft laugh, knowingly asking, play what? There was so much commotion on my side. She might not have noticed, which is possible since she was on her phone. I think for a moment and lose all interest. I only came over because her gaze landed on me. Since she's not interested, I won't bother. With that thought, I give an apologetic smile. Sorry to bother you. With that, I turn to leave. Watching me walk away, Serafina feels an inexplicable tightness in her chest. The word play slips out. I hear it, but I still pretend I didn't. But Chloe doesn't want me to leave like this. She rushes over to stop me, speaking frantically. Play, play, play! Serafina said she'll play. I'm not playing with her. I'll play with you. Hearing this, Chloe freezes. But the next second, she catches Serafina's look and immediately reacts. She shakes her head furiously. I don't know how to play. You play with Serafina. She's really good. Her words are praise, but her eyes are begging. Heaven knows Serafina rarely gives anyone a second glance. If she ruins this, the big shots in the circle would skin her alive. Though it's our first meeting, I quickly catch on to what she means. I'm not really in the mood, so I plan to refuse politely. But she doesn't want to play with me. How could that be? She's just putting on an act, you know? I can't help but laugh. I turn to look at Serafina and see her stiff and awkward at this remark, yet trying hard to keep a straight face like nothing happened. I laugh even more openly. Sitting back down across from her, I shake the dice cup on the table. How do we play? Serafina leans forward slightly. Best of 3, your rules. Loser runs a lap outside, winner gets contact info. Okay, big or small? Serafina doesn't push, letting me decide. Small then, you first. Serafina doesn't refuse anymore. She pushes the dice cup, shakes it casually 2 or 3 times on the table and stops. Then she gestures for me to go. I only shake mine a few times before setting it down. But the result really is like Chloe said. Even though I roll triple ones every time, Serafina rolls 3 stacked on top of each other, leaving just 1 showing. I've got no chance. A bet is a bet. I immediately stand up, ready to go run a lap. Seeing my move, Serafina shoots a quick glance. Chloe immediately catches on and stops me again. Wait, handsome, hold on. What? Are you ladies so kind you don't want me to run? Of course not. We won. We want your contact information. Hearing this, I can't pretend anymore. I take out my phone and after exchanging contacts with Serafina, Chloe jumps in too. I want to add you too, but my dice skills aren't as good as yours. How about all your drinks are on the house here from now on? You might as well just treat me to dinner. Chloe clearly knows how to eat well from her personality. Following her lead, I'm not worried about getting bad food. Hearing me, Chloe quickly scans the code. Deal then. I'm Chloe. By the way, are you visiting Harbor City? Something like that for now. Just message me if you need anything. I'm heading back to rest. See you next time. Without waiting for Chloe to stop me, I leave the bar first. A few minutes later, Luna can't help but ask, seeing Serafina's thoughtful expression. What's wrong, Serafina? Are you interested in him? Serafina rubs her aching brow and sighs. But he's not interested in me. Luna offers no comment. She glances at Chloe. Looks like he's warmer to Chloe than to you. This startles Chloe, who's been scrolling through my social media. How could that be? But thinking back to the earlier scene, it does seem true. Lucien gave me more friendly looks than Serafina. She hands her phone to Serafina. Look, he just broke up. Just a couple of days ago from his post. Hearing this, Luna leans in with disbelief on her face. What? No way, there's actually someone that blind? Even though my personality and looks aren't her type, she wouldn't lie and say I'm not good. But when she sees what's in my post, she rarely falls silent. There really is someone that blind. Chloe frowns and starts to analyze. So Lucien came to Harbor City to heal his heartbreak? That's perfect. Serafina, you can make your move while he's vulnerable. Looking at Chloe's excited face, Serafina starts to doubt herself. Was I being that obvious? Not obvious. It's just that from the first moment you saw Lucien yesterday, you couldn't take your eyes off him. And at the airport yesterday, you said he didn't need our help, but you still contacted the airport manager to smooth things over for him. When Serafina said those words, she had clearly just sent a message. Chloe is sharp-eyed and caught a glimpse of the message. If yesterday's actions could be seen as a moment of kindness, today's actions truly caught both of them off guard. That's why Chloe suggested borrowing my seat and pushed for me to play dice with Serafina. Serafina didn't refuse, which means Chloe's guess was right. Watching the two giving her knowing looks, Serafina helplessly shakes her head, not denying it. Serafina has never been in a relationship, but even she knows her feelings for me are definitely not just wanting to be friends. The racing heartbeat, the burning warmth, all remind her these are experiences she's never had before. She silently whispers my name in her heart. After a while, under Chloe and Luna's teasing gazes, her ears turn red. Finally, she sets a rule. Don't disturb him. Chloe and Luna exchange a look and nod in agreement. Luna knows feelings need to happen naturally. Chloe figures as long as she doesn't mention Serafina, her inviting me out to play doesn't violate Serafina's rule. On the other side, from the moment I left the bar, I noticed quite a few hidden eyes tracking my movements. Strangely, before I could do anything, those gazes vanished completely. I made a few more loops around the area, and only after confirming the eyes following me were truly gone did I take a cab back to the hotel. After a quick wash-up, I take my phone to the hotel balcony. I lie down on the rocking chair, open my messaging app, and start replying. Seeing me back online, Mike immediately sends a few question marks and starts filling me in on what happened today. The photos and videos of Jessica and Leo on the campus forum are all gone. He guesses Jessica had someone take them down. On top of that, Mike sends a photo over. Jessica posted on the campus forum saying it's all a misunderstanding with Leo, that you two are still solid, not broken up. I see a lot of people believing it. We grew up as childhood sweethearts, dated for a few years, and with our looks, families, and abilities all matching, in the eyes of Capital University students, we were the perfect couple. After my post dropped that day, many didn't believe it. They thought someone photoshopped it, trying to stir up drama. Today Jessica issued this statement, and more people believe Jessica and I haven't split. I opened the photo Mike sent. It's a screenshot of Jessica's statement. It reads, "Thank you all for your concern, but Lucien and I are in a stable relationship. As for the photos from the past 2 days, it was just a kind act of helping someone in need. Please stop maliciously spreading those photos and videos, otherwise I will take action to protect my personal rights." A short statement, so righteous and firm one can't pick a hole in it. I pull my lips into a smirk. After replying to Mike, I open the campus forum. Because of the heat, Jessica's post is still at the top. I don't even need to search. I open the comment section and type out a line. I am currently single. The claim that Jessica and I are in a stable relationship is purely Jessica's own rumor. As for the photos and videos of Jessica and Leo romantically embracing in the rain, I was the one who originally released them. polite wishes for the two of them to stay together forever. After posting this, I think since Jessica wants to disgust me this much, there's no need for me to be polite. So I copy the message and post it on my own profile, and tag Jessica and Leo. After all that, I feel refreshed. I play on my phone for a bit, then head back to my room to sleep. Meanwhile, Jessica's face is dark beyond recognition after seeing my reply. She immediately opens our private chat on the campus forum. Lucian, where are you? Do you have to be this ruthless? For the sake of all these years together, give me one chance to explain, okay? She waits a long time, but Jessica still gets no reply from me. She leans helplessly against the sofa, downs the wine on the table in one gulp, and messages me again. Not meeting is fine. I'll have Leo explain to you right now, okay? I just want you to care about me a little more. He and I only had that one hug. Lucian, I only love you. I never thought of leaving you. Please don't be so cruel and abandon me, okay? After sending this message, Jessica slides down the sofa onto the carpet. She doesn't know which power has intervened. Either way, she can't find out where I am right now. I'm not giving her a single moment to breathe, not even a chance. I just disappear from her life like this. Jessica is in constant pain. All she can do is scroll through our chat history, hoping the next second she'll get a message from me. She thinks even if I curse her or hit her, it would be better than getting no message at all. But when she actually receives my cold, heartless reply, it feels like a knife twisting in her heart. Jessica closes her eyes. Tears stream down her cheeks. Lucian, I really know I was wrong. Why can't you soften your heart even just a little for me? You used to love me so much. Ever since I dropped that bomb on the campus forum, I haven't paid much attention to news from the capital city. Today I take a nap while it rains. The moment I wake up, I get a message from Chloe. We've only met once. I really didn't expect her to be this proactive. I open the chat. Lucian, want to come out and play? I'm throwing a party at the estate. The view is nice. Interested? The moment I open the chat, Chloe sees the typing notification on her end and quickly sends another message. Come on, they're all nice people from my circle. I absolutely won't let them bother you. Seeing this, I think for a moment and delete the words, not going. She's already considered everything, and I happen to have nothing to do. Going to play wouldn't hurt. I ask her for the time and location. Seeing I agreed, Chloe grins from ear to ear. We leave in an hour. It's private property. Outside cars can't enter. I'll come pick you up. Or if you'd rather, I can wait at the intersection. Since I already agreed to go, I don't mind giving up my address. With her family's status in Harbor City, they could find me if they really wanted to, so I just send her my location directly. An hour passes quickly. I just got up when I receive a photo from Chloe with the caption, I'm downstairs. After telling my sister Claire about my plans, I take the elevator down. When I walk out of the hotel, Chloe spots me at once. She first leans out the window, then realizes it's inappropriate, and quickly ducks back inside and opens the door. Actually, Chloe doesn't need to wave for me to spot her. The white car is way too eye-catching. I quickly walk over to the car, debating whether to sit in front or back. Chloe opens the back door for me directly. The front seat's reserved, so you'll have to settle for the back. Sorry. I nod, thank her, and am about to get in, when a pair of hands appears in my view. I lift my gaze, and my eyes meet the gaze of the person in the car. Even seeing her again, I'm still struck by Serafina's beauty. She's just too perfect. Need a hand? Hearing this, I can't quite read her intention. I look at her hand, then at her face, and finally place mine boldly on her arm. After settling in, I start fastening my seatbelt. Serafina keeps staring at the spot where my hand was. She thinks my hand was very warm, and the moment my hand touched her, her heart tickled and her body trembled. Serafina feels strange, like her whole body is about to burn up. She presses her lips together, feels her ears burning hot, and quickly turns her head to look out the window, trying to hide it. Chloe catches the scene in the back through the rearview mirror, secretly laughing a few times. Then she hums a tune and starts the car. On the road, I grip the seatbelt a bit tightly. Serafina, who has composed herself, sharply notices my movement. She furrows her brow for a moment, then gently kicks the seat in front. Drive slower. Why? Are you not feeling well? I get carsick. It's okay, not a big deal. I don't throw up when I get carsick, I just feel dizzy. Hearing this, Chloe immediately slows down even more. Noticing her action, I quickly stop her. Just drive at your usual speed. Better to rip the band-aid off. Chloe looks doubtful, but seeing my firm look, she speeds up again. About a few minutes later, Serafina suddenly tells her to stop the car. Soon, someone waiting on the roadside hands over a paper bag. Serafina takes it, opens it to check, and after confirming it's what she ordered, takes out the contents and hands them to me. Honey grapefruit lemon tea. Drinking this can ease the discomfort. I freeze for a moment, then point to myself. This is for me? You're the only one in this car who needs it. Then I won't be polite, thank you. I smile politely at her, then take the cup. Watching me tilt my head back, my Adam's apple moving up and down, Serafina gets a bit distracted. After I finish, Serafina takes a box of medicine from the bag and hands it to me. Motion sickness pills. Unopened. Now I really feel a bit embarrassed. I recall her name and turn to look at her. Serafina, are you always this thoughtful and considerate? Hearing this, Chloe in the front bursts out laughing. Serafina being thoughtful is the funniest joke she's heard. But Serafina in the back doesn't flinch. She doesn't answer my question either. Instead, she smiles. There's still an hour to the destination. After taking the medicine, the rest of the trip won't be too uncomfortable. I nod, pop out a pill, swallow it, then lean back to rest. As for whether Serafina is a thoughtful person, we're just acquaintances. It doesn't really matter to me. Time ticks by. My breathing grows steadier. My head gradually tilts with the swaying of the car. Just as it's about to hit the window, Serafina instinctively reaches out her hand. Her hand goes between my head and the glass. The next second, my forehead lands firmly in her palm. When she lowers her eyes and can see my face, Serafina only then realizes how abrupt her action was. She holds her breath involuntarily, afraid to wake me up. But at this moment, Serafina suddenly feels like her heartbeat no longer belongs to her. Beat by beat, it exposes her nervous and uncertain feelings. When I open my eyes, I see Serafina with her tense expression. We're very close. Close enough that not only does Serafina smell my scent, but I also smell the sandalwood fragrance on her. Her arm is right in front of me, and the spot where my forehead rests is warm. I shift slightly, move my head away, freeing Serafina's hand. Serafina pulls her hand back, her face a bit flustered. Sorry to disturb your rest. I shake my head, studying her features, then laugh softly. I also love sandalwood. Among the perfume, I'm obsessed with the scent of sandalwood. That's why I used to give Jessica perfumes with sandalwood notes. Unfortunately, Jessica never wore them. But Serafina in front of me confirms my taste. Cool, distant women suit this woody perfume. My eyes light up. I have a perfume that would suit you, but I didn't bring it. Another day, I'll have someone ship it over and give it to you then. Is that okay? Hearing this, Serafina stares into my eyes. After a long while, she forces herself to pull her gaze away. Mr. Sterling, do you often give people gifts? No, but Miss Sinclair's looks and aura really suit that perfume. I had it custom made. One of a kind in the world. Want it? Serafina didn't give me a clear answer earlier, so I ask again. Time ticks by minute by minute. Chloe, driving in the front, feels an unspoken tension in the car, but she's smart enough not to interrupt. After a long while, Serafina suppresses the urge to smile and nods. It's a deal then. With that, I ask her for the address on my phone. Chloe drives on for a bit, then reminds us. Hey, we have arrived. With that, her car stops at an intersection where 2 cars are already parked. A young guy runs over to us. Chloe, you traitor, you didn't pick me up. But when he sees who's in the back seat, he suddenly stands at attention and quickly puts on a fawning smile. Serafina, long time no see. Serafina glances at him coolly, says nothing. But that one look makes Jake shiver. Growing up, Jake fears nothing and no one. He can even spar with his own dad. But Serafina is the one person he fears to the core. If he'd known Serafina would come today, he definitely would have made an excuse to skip it. Wasn't it said Serafina wouldn't come? Why did she suddenly show up? He hunches his neck, wanting to retreat behind others, but when he moves, he sees the other person stepping out of the car. After introductions, he greets me. He seems like an overly friendly type. After just a few exchanges, he starts asking me if I have any older siblings. I blink, about to answer, when suddenly a voice comes from behind us. What are you two chatting about? The voice is so cold, even I feel goosebumps rising. Jake, who was just making faces at me, freezes like someone's gripping his throat. Nothing much, but are you really that interested in what I'm talking about? His eyes dart around. He glances at me, then flashes a smile and runs off. Seeing me left out in the cold, Serafina calls my name from nearby. I follow the sound, and see her leaning against the railing, beckoning me over. Her lips seem to be saying, come here. I admit this scene is easy on the eyes, but why does this feel like she's calling over a puppy? I mutter under my breath, and walk over at a leisurely pace. Serafina stares at my moving lips, and only asks when I get close. What were you just saying? Hearing this, my expression freezes. I'm thinking, even with Serafina's good hearing, I didn't make a sound, did I? From my conflicted expression, Serafina easily guesses what I'm thinking. I saw it, didn't hear it. I suddenly understand. I turn around, find a spot to lean against next to Serafina, and say nothing. If Serafina heard what I was just thinking, and actually treated me like a dog, what would happen to my dignity? She obviously sees through my deflection. Serafina then changes the topic. After getting out of the car, do you feel better? Yeah, not too bad anymore. Actually, after the honey water and a nap, I felt much better. Now maybe the medicine is kicking in, and getting some fresh air outside, I barely feel carsick anymore. Hearing me say this, Serafina's smile deepens. In the end, neither of us speaks. We just look up at the sky together. After a while, Jake in the distance is already roughhousing with others. He looks around and decides to tattle to Chloe. As he passes by Serafina and me, he speeds up on purpose. Watching the energetic young guy, I can't help but smile. Serafina beside me quickly notices my smile. You like Jake's kind of personality? Serafina can tell from Chloe to Jake, I have no resistance to outgoing, lively people. How did you tell? I used my eyes. Your eyes are pretty observant. Don't you think people like them are warm? When I first came back to the country, I didn't fit in. I knew the national language, but my use of context and speaking speed were way behind kids my age. Maybe out of pride, during that time I really didn't want to speak in front of others, afraid they'd see my weaknesses. But there were always a few kids who kept dragging me out to play. Maybe because they thought I was good looking, even after I refused over and over, they patiently stuck with me. At first, when they noticed my slow speech, they didn't laugh. They patiently waited for me to finish, and later helped me practice. Over time, once I got comfortable, I fully blended into my surroundings. Even though most of us lost touch after graduation, since then I've had a natural fondness for people with their kind of personality. I'm reminiscing. After hearing the word warm, Serafina starts to reflect inwardly. With a personality like mine, would Lucian find me warm? The answer is obviously no. Aside from Chloe and a few others, almost no one in Harbor City doesn't fear her. She definitely isn't the kind of person who feels warm to others. Not long after, we set off again and arrives at the estate. After getting out of the cars, everyone goes their own way. Only Jake and I have nothing to do. He pulls me to a corner of the estate, then gives me a thumbs up. Lucian, you're so cool. So since I'm complimenting you so much, can you tell me what's going on between you and Serafina? Why are you asking? Because you're the first guy she's ever shown favor to. The first one, really? With Serafina's looks, she must have plenty of admirers. Surprised, right? I am too. Lucian, how exactly did you win Serafina over? The way he's asking, he clearly thinks Serafina and I have something going on. In Jake's mind, Serafina is cold, slow to warm up, and distant. People like him only get to see Serafina because of their family elders, but I'm different. According to what he heard from Chloe, Serafina even came to this party today, which she originally wasn't planning to attend. Even so, this is only the second time we've met, and just now when everyone gathered, Serafina even made an excuse to pull me into her car, acting as my driver. Forget Jake, even Chloe and the others have never ridden in a car Serafina drove. What are you saying, I won her over? Confused, I turn to look at Serafina nearby. As if sensing my gaze, she turns her eyes toward me too. Our eyes meet. I smile openly at her, then turn back to Jake. Why would I be the one winning her over? Couldn't it be her trying to win me over? Combined with Chloe's reactions, I'm not so dense that I can't tell Serafina has feelings for me. Lucian, that's bold. Are you serious? Just messing with you. I'm not planning to have anything with Serafina, so don't read into it. Seeing my flat reaction, Jake gets anxious. But you could. I'm just asking out of curiosity, nothing else. I have someone I like. The one I came with just now. I know, no need to get nervous. Seeing his anxious face, I quickly reassure him, while wondering what exactly Serafina did to scare someone this badly. Just then, familiar footsteps come from behind. Jake's position lets him see who's coming. The next second after his eyes scan over, he hides behind me. Lucian, Serafina, and Chloe are coming. Watching him try to shrink completely behind me, Chloe wants to laugh. Seeing their reactions, Jake stays silent. He only knows that when Serafina is around, no one really notices him. As expected, from walking over to stopping, Serafina's eyes stay on me. Until all four of us fall silent, Serafina only then gives Jake a look. That one glance is like a pardon to Jake. He bolts off in a huge stride. Seeing this, I pull my lips into a smirk and stare at Serafina. You scared Jake off. Who's going to keep me company now? Chloe jumps in. Serafina can. There's a swing right over there. She loves swings. Why don't you two go play? You decide. I'll go check on how the food's coming. In just that brief moment, the two of them are gone without a trace. Serafina isn't in a hurry. She just stands quietly beside me. Occasionally her eyes land on me, but seeing me lost in the view, she doesn't interrupt. Half an hour later, when Chloe and the others call us for food, I finally snap out of it and walk over with Serafina. The food at the estate is all locally grown. Even the chicken, duck, and goose are freshly slaughtered, all for the freshness. They even brought a whole team of chefs along. After dinner, it's already evening. The others, with unspoken understanding, leave me with Serafina, so the line of cars enters Harbor City's urban area, then gradually splits up. In the end, only Serafina is still driving. She slows down again and again, hoping this road could stretch on a little longer. In the end, I can't hold on anymore. My eyes drift shut. Only then does she speed up. When we reach the hotel, Serafina gets out again and takes the paper bag from someone waiting at the entrance. I had someone make you a cup of hawthorn juice, but just half a cup is enough. Too much might upset your stomach. Okay, thanks for your concern, Miss Sinclair. I'm heading up. Message me when you get home to let me know you're safe. With that, I wave and turn into the hotel. Only after my figure completely disappears from view does Serafina turn and get back into her car. A few days later, in a basement somewhere in Harbor City, hoarse and feeble pleas echo through the air. The iron door at the basement entrance is pushed open. Marcus, her assistant, who has been waiting, hands her a pair of gloves. Miss Sinclair, we got everything out of them. All the photos they took have been cleaned up. How many photos? At this, Marcus immediately hands over his phone. Just photos of Mr. Sterling going about his daily life. His hotel was secure enough so they didn't have time to infiltrate it. Serafina takes the phone and flips through them one by one. When she sees my smiling face in the photos, her cheeks turn red without her realizing. But thinking about how these photos were obtained through filthy means, her face darkens. She patiently deletes every single photo, making sure there's no chance of any leftover trouble. Only then does she ask Marcus, "Who's behind this?" It's Vivian, the eldest grandchild of the Hayes family. That day Mr. Sterling went to the bar. She happened to be there too. Vivian is a face junkie. With Mr. Sterling's looks, it's normal she'd target him. Serafina walks toward the room at the end of the hallway, then starts to push back. It has nothing to do with Lucian's looks. She had people follow and secretly photograph him purely because she's a player. Walking into the room, Serafina personally interrogates the people soaking in water one more time. After confirming no other information was missed, she pulls off the gloves and throws them on the floor. Ignoring the agonized screams behind her, she turns and leaves. Send everything they did along with the evidence. Let the higher-ups handle the rest. Oh, and tell old Master Hayes to come see me when he has time. The people he can't control, I'll help him manage. The next day, my alarm rings for a long time, but I still can't open my eyes. Only when Claire calls do I reluctantly get up. Still sleeping? It should be noon back home by now. I slept too well last night. I don't want to get up. My people in Harbor City noticed someone has been following you these past few days after getting that intelligence. I had them dig into who's behind it, but 2 days ago all the people tailing you vanished. Just now my people got word. Someone sent them to jail. Hearing this, my eyes snap open. Claire, wasn't it your people who did it? Of course not me. If it was me, would I be telling you? I frown at this, thinking about the truth, when a few familiar figures appear in my mind. After waiting a moment and not hearing me speak, Claire sharply senses something. She asks directly, "You know who it is?" I'm guessing Serafina or Chloe. A few days ago I had dinner with them, but whether they actually did this, I'm not sure. Because you're from the Sterling family of the capital? I think for a moment, then narcissistically say, not sure. It might be that Serafina wants to pursue me. But why Serafina and not Chloe? After an odd silence, Claire seriously considers this, and also finds it possible. This time it's my turn to fall silent. After a moment I say, maybe because Serafina is better looking than Chloe. Serafina is a tricky and complicated person, and the current head of the Sinclair family. Most people can't even afford to cross her. Are you sure you want to deal with her? And what about Jessica? Have you really moved on? Personality, I shouldn't have moved on from Jessica this quickly. Otherwise, I wouldn't have left the capital for Harbor City. The reason was nothing but to hide. Hide until I completely let go of my feelings for Jessica, until I wouldn't soften and go back because of her pleading. But these things shouldn't be achieved through another person, another relationship. I immediately catch on to Claire's thinking, and roll my eyes. Claire, I broke up, I'm not widowed, and since Jessica did me wrong, why would I be sad about losing her, let alone hurt an innocent person over her? My upbringing didn't teach me to obsess over a cheating woman. I left the capital simply because I wanted to get away. If it has to be connected to Jessica at all, it's that I don't want to give her the chance to keep harassing and disgusting me. Does that make sense? Hearing this, Claire should be relieved, because I wouldn't lie to her. But thinking about Serafina, who has been approaching me, her worry returns. After all, compared to Jessica, Serafina is far more dangerous. After reassuring my worried sister again, I make an excuse about being hungry and hang up. Then I open Chloe's chat and ask her about the people following me. She says she doesn't know either, then surprisingly calls me directly. It wasn't me, but I think it might be Serafina. Or even if it wasn't her, she could help you find out. Why don't you go ask her? But Serafina might be a bit busy today, and might not have time to reply. I happen to be heading over to see her, so why don't I just bring you along? Listen, does that make sense? If Serafina is busy, she'd still have time for me. I think this, then ask it out loud. If Serafina is busy, she'd still have time for me. Hearing this, Chloe slaps her forehead and gives a feeble explanation. Her hint couldn't be more obvious. No matter how busy Serafina is, she'll always have time for you. Are you coming? Come on, just go. I pretend not to catch the hint. Okay, but I don't know the way. Send me the address. No need for that, I'll pick you up. With that, she hangs up. Half an hour later, Chloe's car pulls into the Sinclair mansion. After parking, there's still a bit of a walk. Along the way, I catch that sandalwood scent several times. When we reach the front of the villa, I see an old man standing slightly bent at the door, with a woman kneeling beside him. My eyes sweep over the two of them. I'm puzzled, but I don't plan to dig into it. Chloe stops in front of the old man, gives a slight nod, and politely greets him. Old Master Hayes. Chloe, are you here to see Serafina? Yes, I have something to discuss with her. I'll head in then. Old Master Hayes forces a smile. Chloe gives him a casual nod, her eyes scanning his pale face and sweat-covered forehead. Old Master Hayes nods back. From the corner of his eye, he notices me beside Chloe, looking a bit surprised. Whose young master is this that Chloe brings him to see Serafina? His identity must be no small matter. He's pondering who I am, but doesn't notice his granddaughter beside him, freezing the moment she sees my face. Now Vivian finally understands why Serafina suddenly came after the Hayes family. But hadn't he only met Serafina once? Did Chloe fall for him, or did Serafina fall for him? I'm done for. I went after the same guy as Serafina, but I hadn't even made a move yet. I just had people take a few photos, just wanted to learn more about him. The more Vivian thinks, the paler she gets. She quietly swallows a cold breath, then reaches up and tugs old Master Hayes' sleeve. Grandpa, I think I know why Serafina came after our family. Wait a moment. I'll go announce you. On the other side, Chloe brings me to the foyer of the living room and tells me to wait a moment while she announces my arrival. Entering the living room, she greets the big shot sitting there, then walks over to Serafina and quietly tells her, Lucian wants to see you, so I brought him over. He's at the foyer right now. Want to see him? Serafina, who had been looking down at a document, barely paying attention to Chloe's arrival, slowly raises her head. Her gaze sweeps across the living room and lands on the jade screen at the foyer. She hands the document to Marcus. That's enough for today. Meeting adjourned. In the Sinclair family, Serafina's word is law. No matter what stage the meeting is at, whether the issues are resolved or not, once Serafina says it's over, no one dares to linger. The people in the living room file out. I keep a polite smile, trying to avoid the wandering gazes. Serafina's figure appears in front of me first. She stops 2 steps away, restraining the urge to come closer. Mr. Sterling, sorry to keep you waiting. I shake my head, sensing the probing looks from others landing on me from time to time, and calmly continue talking to Serafina. I didn't wait long. I'm here because I have something to ask you. Serafina gestures for me to come in. I walk over, step by step, until I pass Serafina and enter the living room. Seeing Serafina actually follow a step behind me, one of the guests on their way out couldn't help his curiosity. He whispers, "Who is this man? Don't know him. If it's not your business, don't ask. I'm just curious." Alright, let's go. The one who asked wants to argue, but when sharp gazes from the shadows fall on him, all he wants is to leave quickly. The group at the foyer scatters fast. The huge living room is left with only Serafina and me, plus Chloe, who has been sitting in the side seat the whole time. Seeing Serafina actually walking behind me, Chloe gives her a half-smiling glance. Then with a yawn, she sways toward the exit. I'm still sleepy. I'm heading back to sleep. After Chloe leaves, Serafina turns toward the door on the other side. Come with me. The living room is for outsiders. I'll take you to the tea room. I'm just here to confirm one thing. No need for that. I had planned to ask and leave, but with Serafina handling it this way, she clearly doesn't plan to let me leave too early. Sure enough, the next moment, I hear Serafina's excuse. It's no trouble. I should at least treat my honored guest properly. We walk in silence, and after passing through a small garden, we enter the tea room. Serafina gestures for me to sit, and asks me what tea I want. I say anything is fine, and sit across from her. Watching her skillfully warm the cups and add the leaves, I know she's done this many times. The blue and white porcelain teacup spinning between her fingers is another sight to behold. Watching this, I lose my hurry. I prop up my head and watch with interest as she slowly brews the tea, then finally enjoy the tea. Seeing I like it, Serafina smiles. After I finish, she refills it. What did you come to see me about? I wanted to ask if you were the one who took care of the people following me. Of course, I'm just asking. Out of the people I know in Harbor City with that kind of power, only you and Chloe come to mind. I already asked Chloe, she said it wasn't her, so I came to ask you. It was me. Did you see the woman kneeling at the door when you came in? She's the one who hired people to follow and secretly photograph you. Don't worry, I sent them all to jail. Seeing my odd expression at the words, secretly photograph, Serafina adds, all those photos of your daily activities, I've cleaned them up. Nothing to worry about. I thank her, but no, a simple thanks is too light, so I make my promise. If there's anything you need help with, anything I can do, I will. Serafina nods, then finally cuts to the chase. Have you had lunch? Not yet. Actually, I just woke up an hour and a half ago. The food at my place is just ready. Let's go, Mr. Sterling. The words of Mr. Sterling feel like she savored them in her mouth, carrying an indescribable meaning. I follow her, unconsciously reaching up to touch my warm ears. Actually, you can just call me by my name, or Luke. My family and friends all call me that. Serafina's steps pause, then she stops completely and stares straight at me. Then Serafina smiles softly, calling me Luke, and I can't resist her voice with that slight obsession. It defeats me instantly. After she walks ahead, I press down on my racing heart. When we reach the dining room, 4 or 5 dishes are already on the table. We barely speak during the meal, but my expression shows how much I enjoy it. When Mrs. Lee comes to clear the dishes, she even compliments me. This young man has quite the appetite. Thank you, Mrs. Lee, it's delicious, just like the food my mom makes. Next time you come, tell Serafina what you like in advance. Have her tell me, and I'll make it for you. Thank you, Mrs. Lee. I nod sweetly, and thank her again with a smile. But after Mrs. Lee leaves contentedly, Serafina suddenly strikes. Luke, have you decided when next time will be? Hearing this, I look up in surprise, meeting Serafina's half-smiling expression. What? You're being this enthusiastic? I'm afraid Mrs. Lee will be disappointed in you. Whether Mrs. Lee gets disappointed doesn't depend on me, it depends on you. If Miss Sinclair invites me, I'll come. Hearing this, Serafina's eyes light up. She tests the waters. Then come every day. I raise my eyebrows, then shake my head to politely decline. Ignoring her disappointed look, I wipe my mouth. I'm full. Thanks for the meal, Miss Sinclair. I'll head back now. See you, Miss Sinclair. Serafina says goodbye too, but her body automatically follows me. She wants to take me back. You're not busy? I can just grab a cab. She blocks my path, awkwardly bending down a little. I am busy, but I want to take you. If I don't perform well and get rejected again, it'd be embarrassing. Hearing this, I twist my lips and give her a thumbs up. Miss Sinclair, very thoughtful. Good luck then. On the drive back, Serafina is thinking about this very question. Good luck, but how? How do I work hard enough to make Lucien want to come eat every day, or get even greedier, to have him by my side every single moment? When she returns to the Sinclair mansion, she sees Mrs. Lee, who should have gone to rest, still sitting on the sofa. Mrs. Lee, why aren't you resting? Mrs. Lee stands up, looking at Serafina with loving eyes. Waiting for you. Was that young man today the one you love? Hearing this, Serafina's expression softens. She nods. What about him? Does he like you? With your personality, no boys liked you growing up. Serafina, since you like him, you have to treat him well. When he comes to propose someday, remember to bring out what your mother left for her son-in-law. Watching Mrs. Lee get more and more carried away, Serafina quickly cuts her off. Mrs. Lee, I don't even know if he'll like me yet. It's way too early to talk about all this. After she says this, Mrs. Lee's fantasy shatters in an instant. She glares at Serafina. You're so useless. He's only visiting Harbor City. Soon he might leave. So what? If he won't make the move, won't you? Pursue him hard. After you catch him, you can have him settle in Harbor City. It doesn't work that way. Serafina rubs her temples. Chloe had said similar things before. It's like everyone assumes once we're together, I should sacrifice my life and stay in Harbor City. But that's not fair to me. We're not anyone's possessions. We're free to go anywhere. Mrs. Lee, Lucian is free. Wherever he wants to be, that's where he'll be. Then what if he doesn't want to stay in Harbor City in the future? Mrs. Lee frowns, surprised that the usually unreasonable Serafina seems to have a completely different personality when it comes to me. Serafina doesn't hesitate at all. Wherever he is, that's where I'll go to see him. Then work hard to make him fall for you sooner. Otherwise, when you go to see him, he might not even want to see you. Love has no logic. Since you've taken a liking to him, forget gender roles, pursue him boldly. Serafina agrees while thinking, since I just got out of a relationship, it's better not to be too intense. Pursuing the one she loves is the trickiest thing she has ever faced in her life. The next day, I carry packed snacks back to the hotel. Just as I reach my room door, I see my door wide open, with several strangers gathered around. Men and women, none of whom I recognize. A man walks out of the room. Hurry up and clean the place, my friends are arriving soon. But I don't walk over. Instead, I call Claire. They outnumber me. I'm not stupid enough to confront them alone. After getting Claire's confirmation, I hang up and start to leave. Just then, a hotel staff coming out of the room spots me at once. She speaks with excitement. Mr. Sterling, you're back. With those words, the gazes inside and outside the room instantly lock onto me just as I was about to leave. In that moment, I don't stop. Instead, I speed up. But they clearly don't plan to let me go. The few guarding outside the door quickly run over and block me. At the same time, the man inside slowly walks out. After looking me up and down, he sneers. Why run? This room is mine to use. Take all your trash and get out. This is the best room in the hotel. Logan often uses it to entertain guests. Not many people could afford to stay here long term in the past, so it's usually empty. But to Logan, even if someone's staying, it doesn't matter. Just some small fry with a bit of money, not even worthy of carrying his shoes in Harbor City. I sneer back, and looking at the watch in his hand, my smile turns even more contemptuous. Then what's the meaning of you holding my trash? He didn't expect me to be this blunt. Logan's face freezes for a moment. What are you saying? I don't understand. Don't understand human speech? No problem, I can explain. That Patek Philippe perpetual calendar chronograph reference 1518 in your hand, a year ago at an auction in Country F, was sold for $350 million. The one who bought it was a businessman from Country C, surnamed Sterling. Even without knowing if my words are true, the first thought that pops into Logan's mind when he hears the price isn't caution or fear, but greed. Worth $350 million. No wonder I liked it at first sight. He lifts the watch to look at it. Thoughts race through his mind, and he quickly makes a decision. I don't know what you're talking about, but this watch was mine to begin with. Throw him and all his trash out. In Harbor City, his word is law. The watch is in his hand now, so it's his. No matter who asks, that's the answer. I feel for the weapon hidden in my pocket, thinking about how to escape. But before I can act, the elevator behind us dings open. The next moment, a tall woman strides out with over a dozen bodyguards. I glance back and immediately recognize her. Vanessa, head of the Sterling family's Harbor City branch, and Claire's representative in Harbor City. Vanessa, I'm over here. Seeing the boy as ridiculously handsome as the photos, Vanessa is stunned all over again. She rushes over to my side and without a word, looks me up and down. After confirming I'm not hurt, she relaxes. Don't worry, I'm fine. They didn't even get a chance to throw a punch. Almost did though. From the moment Vanessa appears, Logan's eyes stay locked on her. But when he sees Vanessa's first move is to check on me, his face darkens. Vanessa, what are you doing here? What's your relationship with him? Only now does Vanessa turn around at the voice. She never expected the danger I ran into had anything to do with Logan. So it's you? Yeah, what of it? You're just the daughter abandoned by the Lewis family. Don't think you can change anything by showing up. Vanessa, I'm telling you, whether it's you or this guy, one word from me and you'll both slink away in shame. Honestly, Vanessa and Logan hadn't seen each other in a very long time. But no matter how much time passed, her half-brother is still stupid enough to make her see black. She walks up to Logan, raises her hand under his shocked gaze and brings it down hard. A loud slap. Logan's face snaps to the side, quickly turning red and swollen. Vanessa shakes her hand, numb from the force. This slap is interest collected in advance. Logan, not everyone is someone you can mess with. Only after she finishes does Logan realize he's been slapped. He covers his face and screams. Who gave you the guts to hit me? You're done for. But Vanessa just looks at Logan, lunging at her with contempt. He's held back by his bodyguards. Vanessa, could I trouble you to step aside? My voice suddenly cuts through their fight. Vanessa turns around and sees me holding up my phone, recording. Logan, seeing this too, instinctively hides his hands behind him. Alright, no point hiding now, I've already got it on tape. And I've recorded every one of your faces. With that, I send the video to Claire, then continue. The watch isn't the only valuable thing in my room. There are plenty of things just as valuable. If a single one is missing or damaged, you're paying for it. A moment ago, I was short on backup, so I played it as cowardly as possible. But now, I walk past Logan into my room. Even though I was prepared, seeing my things scattered all over the floor, even with shards of the jade bracelet, my heart clenches in pain. That was an imperial green glass-type jadeite. I keep recording with my phone, until I confirm only the bracelet was damaged. Only then do I relax a bit. Then I look at the people Vanessa brought, and at Logan blocked at the door. You're the one who's done for. Vanessa's face is just as grim. She didn't expect Logan could be this stupid. Lucian, was a lot damaged? Quite a bit. Several $100 million worth. Hearing the amount, Vanessa's mouth falls open in shock. Logan freezes for a moment, then yells. What are you talking about? How could you possibly carry that many valuables on you? Despite his words, deep down Logan is anything but calm. Unfortunately, this time I don't even spare him a glance. I turn and sit on the sofa inside. Wait till the cops get here, then yell at me. What do you mean, you called the police? Logan tries to barge into the room, but Vanessa's bodyguards block him. Vanessa, call off your men. You'd better stop being stupid. You're threatening me? Let me tell you, in Harbor City, not just anyone calling the police can get results. Listen, big shot or not, in Harbor City you bow to me. Hearing this, I glance at him and reply coolly, oh. He wants to say more, but sees me take a call and step aside, giving him no chance to speak. I try a greeting. Hearing my relatively normal voice, Serafina's hanging heart drops with relief. The cops are on their way. I'll be there soon too, don't worry. I don't care how Serafina knew I was in trouble. All I know is, the moment I got into trouble, she's rushing over. With that thought, my mood lifts. On your way already? You're this worried about me? Of course. You're my only honored guest. Who would I worry about if not you? Only me? Yes, only you. Serafina pauses for a moment on the other end, then answers firmly. And in the future? In the future as well. Serafina stops at the hotel entrance, looks up at the building, and takes a deep breath. There's only a future worth imagining because of you. Lucian, I'm here. Hearing this, I shiver at the cheesiness. Then look at the number on my screen and burst out laughing. I'll wait for you then, Serafina. Meanwhile, at the door, Logan is cursing furiously. Vanessa, why are you helping him this much? What good does blowing this up do you? And helping an outsider like this, aren't you afraid I'll tell Dad? Vanessa stays expressionless, unmoved. Seeing this, Logan's face turns red. He pulls out his phone and starts threatening. I'm calling Dad right now. This used to be Vanessa's most feared threat, but now she just stands at my door, looking at him with contempt. Logan quickly gets through. Dad, Vanessa and some guy are bullying me. On the other end, Lawrence's face darkens. That ungrateful daughter, put her on the phone. Not a single question. Just because Logan tattled, Lawrence immediately decides it's Vanessa's fault. Hearing this, Logan smiles smugly at Vanessa. He turns on speaker and hands the phone over. Dad wants to talk to you. Vanessa lowers her gaze to the phone in front of her, even though she knows she's the one abandoned by the Lewis family. Hearing Lawrence's voice still makes her heart sting. Just as she hesitates on whether to take the phone, my hand reaches over. Old man, who are you? Hearing an unfamiliar voice, Lawrence frowns and barks impatiently. And who are you? Put Vanessa on right now. Why should I listen to you? Don't understand human speech? Why? Who do you think you are asking me why to my face? Who am I? Well, you're done for. From now on, I should be the Lewis family's biggest creditor. Lawrence freezes, suddenly getting a bad feeling. But I have no obligation to answer, so I hang up directly and toss the phone back to Logan. Watching him fumble in panic, I raise my brow and curl my lips. The moment the elevator doors open, Serafina sees me like this. Her chest feels like it's been struck hard by something. She stares at me, her mind empty, instinctively stepping toward me until I notice her. My smile deepens, and I even wave her over. The gesture is like an owner calling their puppy. But strangely, Serafina doesn't mind at all. If anything, she walks faster. Out of everyone present, only Serafina and I are smiling. Everyone else has turned pale. Serafina doesn't even glance sideways. She walks straight to my side. How do you want this handled? Money and an apology, but you don't need to step in. I'll handle it. Okay, I'll do as you say. Her tender look makes Vanessa doubt her own eyes. Not just her. Even Logan, who had gone weak in the knees the moment Serafina appeared, widens his eyes. If he'd known that man had ties with Serafina, even with 10,000 times the courage, he wouldn't have dared touch that man. With that thought, Logan trembles as he takes off the watch and hands it back, trying to smooth things over. Mr. Sterling, here, your watch. I'm giving the watch back. About today, could you let it go? Let it go? That's tough. Maybe a Harbor City local like you doesn't know me, but anyone who does knows I hold grudges. With that, I take the watch from Logan's hand, pinch it disdainfully between two fingers, shake it, then toss it back. Besides, I don't take dirty things. Hearing this, Logan's face goes deathly pale. He tries to explain, but looking at Serafina's icy eyes, he's too scared to say a word. Soon the cops arrive. I hand the video from my phone to the officer in charge. After they finish investigating the scene and pull the hotel's surveillance, the officer gives the order. Mr. Logan, please come with us along with your people. Logan's face is deathly pale. His hand holding the phone hesitates for a long time before he finally calls Lawrence. After cooperating with the police and giving my statement, I leave with Vanessa. Vanessa doesn't waste time. She smiles and speaks up. Mr. Sterling, Vanessa, just like my sister, call me Lucian. Lucian, where do you want to stay next? Hotels are safe in some ways, but not in others. Anyone with a bit of status can find a way in. Vanessa, is the place you mentioned for me ready? It's ready. Then I'll just move in directly. With that, I turn to look at Serafina. Do you have things to handle next? But Serafina isn't really free either. She just thinks the most important thing right now is helping me get settled. No, I'll come with you. On the contrary, Vanessa rushed over here after dropping a business meeting. Now seeing Serafina with me, her worries fade. After saying goodbye, she hurries off again. Once Vanessa is gone, Serafina suddenly says, Vanessa is currently working for Rosen Group. I nod. I know. I don't say more. Seeing I have no intention of explaining, Serafina doesn't push. She points to the car. Let's go. I'll help you move. You're going to do it yourself? Is there a problem? You're the great Miss Sinclair. Helping me move is a bit of a waste of talent, isn't it? 2 hours later, Grandeur Estates. This is the largest and most luxurious villa community in Harbor City. When I find the house using the number Vanessa sent me, Serafina pauses for a moment. Vanessa? Serafina pauses for a moment. I notice and ask casually, what's wrong? If I told you my place is next door, would you believe it? What a coincidence. Please look out for me from now on, new neighbor. With that, I reach my hand out to Serafina. Serafina reacts fast. She immediately replies, please look out for me too, Mr. Sterling. When she lets go, she secretly brushes her finger against my palm. On the other side, Logan never imagined that even after Lawrence pulled strings with the higher-ups, he still couldn't get out. And after the lawyer learns the full story, the only solution is to settle out of court. But the condition is that I must agree. After refusing multiple meeting requests from the Lewis family's lawyer, 3 days later I get a call from my own lawyer. By the time I arrive, the group inside has been waiting impatiently. Lawrence sits in his chair without moving, a sneer on his face. Before I even sit down, he presses, speak. How much will it take for you to let my son go? Hearing this, I walk to the head seat and sit down. I slowly finish a cup of tea before replying, 1 billion. Mr. Sterling, that's a bit much. I lean back, take the photos my lawyer hands me, and toss them in front of Lawrence. You're the one talking big. You can't even cough up 1 billion, yet you're acting like a tycoon in front of me? Do you know how much the watch your son stole is worth? Do you know how much the jade bracelet he shattered is worth? Do you know how much my missing items are worth? 1 billion is already a discount, out of respect for you being Vanessa's biological father. Lawrence has seen the photos before, but he didn't take them seriously. Now he has no choice but to pick up the appraisal reports on the table to check. The more he looks, the worse his face gets. By the end, Lawrence has crumpled the stack of reports out of shape. Thinking of what Logan said, he starts to argue. Your missing items can't be that many. My son only took your watch and only damaged the jade bracelet. Who says? My things, I decide how much is missing. All my items have customs records at the airport. If they're missing now, I can only blame Mr. Lin for breaking in illegally. Of course, if Mr. Lin has evidence he didn't take them, I'll accept the loss. But Lawrence knows Logan can't prove anything. The break-in is a fact, so are rifling through, damaging and stealing my things. But even if he can't afford 1 billion, he won't dump it on Logan. After several deep breaths, Lawrence puts on a flattering smile. Why don't you tell me, Mr. Sterling, how you'd like this handled? This matter? Vanessa is your daughter. Hearing this, Lawrence's heart skips a beat. Yes, I heard Mr. Sterling has a good relationship with her. Very good. I'm very fond of Vanessa. Lawrence breathes a sigh of relief. He rubs his face, then tries to get cozy. Then since we're all family, why don't you let Logan go, for Vanessa's sake? After he says this, no one expects me to actually nod in agreement. Even Lawrence opens his mouth in disbelief. But the very next second, I tap the table and add, for Vanessa's sake, as long as you hand over the shares Vanessa's mother left her, the amount gets cut in half, and I'll drop the charges, letting your precious son off. Impossible! That's 10% of Lewis Group's shares. Old man, I think you've misunderstood something. I'm not negotiating with you, I'm informing you. Either you settle on my terms, or Logan goes to jail. Of course, I know Logan isn't enough leverage. But how about Rosen Group pulling all its partnerships with the Lewis family? These words hit Lawrence like a heavy hammer. He shakes his head for a long time before snapping out of it. What do you mean by that? When you forced Vanessa into that partnership, did you not think of today? Right now, half of the Lewis family's projects are funded by Rosen Group. Have you thought, the moment Rosen pulls out, all the resources Lewis Group has invested go down the drain? I think you have. You just didn't believe Vanessa would do that to the Lewis family, since the Lewis family was her mother's legacy. And in your eyes, Vanessa is just a woman working for Rosen Group. She can't represent Rosen. No matter how capable she is, what waves could she make? After all, these projects are genuinely making money for Rosen Group, so why would Rosen pursue this? Actually, you're not entirely wrong. Vanessa really wouldn't touch her mother's legacy. But I'm different. What the hell does the Lewis family have to do with me? Worst case, after the Lewis family falls, Rosen will just back another Lewis family. After all, Vanessa also bears the Lewis name. I don't even glance at Lawrence, who stands up in fury. I calmly pour myself another cup of tea. Who are you? I already told you. I'm the Lewis family's biggest creditor. Aren't you afraid the Lewis family will drag Rosen down with it? Hearing this, I burst out laughing. Why would I be afraid? At most, Rosen plays with the Lewis family and loses a finger. You think I'd care? Honestly, I don't even need to say it, Lawrence understands. He had forced Vanessa into the partnership with the Lewis family, betting that Rosen's headquarters was far away, and as long as the issues weren't major, Rosen wouldn't notice. But he never expected me to show up, and even less expected me to stand up for Vanessa. At this thought, he nearly falls out of his chair. After a moment, Lawrence forces himself up against the table. He thinks he can give up Logan, but he can never give up the Lewis family, so he obediently lowers his head. Once I get back, I'll have Vanessa come sign the share transfer contract. Please show mercy and let Logan and the Lewis family off. One thing at a time. The compensation owed to me cannot be reduced. Lawrence nearly spits blood, but can only force a smile and nod. After waving him off, I watch Lawrence stiffly turn around, stiffly walk away. Finally, I let out a cold laugh and pull out my phone. Hey Claire, it's done. On the other end, Claire gives a soft hum of acknowledgement. I'm about to hang up, when I remember something else. Claire, you care so much about Vanessa. Are you hiding something from me? After a long pause without an answer from Claire, I call out again. Claire. The next moment, her stammering and dodging makes me even more sure these two have something going on. Listening to the dial tone after she hurriedly hangs up, I purse my lips, stand up, and head out of the private room. but when I reach the door, I see someone unexpected. Before I can avoid him, the man walks right up to me. Lucien, it really is you. You're actually in Harbor City. No wonder Jessica couldn't find you anywhere. Ronan smoothly pats my shoulder. I first stop his hand, then push him off. No need, I have things to do. I'm leaving. Come on, Lucien, even if you and Jessica had a fight, we're still friends, right? Hearing this, I give him a long look. Friends? Then when you just leaked my location to Jessica, was that because we're friends? Don't think I didn't see him typing furiously just now. I don't even need to think to know who he was messaging. Lucien, you've got the wrong idea. I just thought there might be a misunderstanding between you and Jessica, and wanted you to clear it up. Besides, Lucien, not to call you out, but in our circle, who's actually clean? Jessica stayed faithful to you for all those years. She's done more than enough. Besides, at the end of the day, nothing really happened between her and Leo. Why pull this disappearing act? Do you know how worried she has been? She has lost so much weight I can't bear to look. Ronan gets more righteous as he talks. Hearing this, I let out a cold laugh. Are you Jessica's father, defending her like this? When you end up crippled, will she kneel by your bed wiping your ass too? How can you talk so vile? You think your words are pleasant? At least I speak human language. The moment you open your mouth, it's like passing gas so foul it makes people want to puke. And who in our circle is really clean? That's your circle, not mine. You're filthy yourselves and you want everyone to be like you. Trash belongs in the trash. Stay away from a noble man like me. Don't taint me. With that, I turn and leave. Behind me, Ronan glares with bulging eyes, furious. He points at my retreating figure, a whole stream of curses ready to burst out, but I give him no chance. In the end, he takes a deep breath and continues replying to Jessica, while Ronan maliciously leaks my location. On the other end, Chloe, who has been ordered to make sure I'm safe, is loving every second of it. With pure excitement, she clips the audio from the hallway security footage, sends it to the group chat, then drops a string of thumbs-up stickers. I, Chloe, have never bowed to anyone in my life, but Lucien's mouth, I gotta hand it to him. Less than a minute after she sends it, Jake sharply catches the name mentioned in the recording and asks who Jessica is. At this, Chloe's face freezes. She quickly types, "Unsend it now." Jake doesn't understand, but still unsends the message right away. Serafina, who happens to open the group chat at that exact moment, pauses. I saw it. Now Chloe has to give up on deleting the file. She laughs awkwardly. By now Jake also realizes he messed up, so he rushes to fix it. Yeah, Serafina, with Lucien's personality, how could he ever be wronged? But messages keep piling up in the group, and Serafina says nothing more. Chloe senses trouble. She opens Serafina's profile and starts a direct message. She types furiously for ages, but Serafina still doesn't reply. Sitting in the surveillance room, Chloe's face turns dark. She wants to slap herself right then and there. I just couldn't help myself. Why did I have to send Lucien's recording to the group chat? Right now, Chloe is full of regret. Meanwhile, in her office far away, Serafina opens the file. Listening to the name I mentioned over and over, her whole mood sinks. Jessica? Serafina softly repeats the name, her fingers tapping on the desk. She has this strange feeling she has heard this name before. On top of that, what bothers Serafina the most is who this person is, my ex-girlfriend. Even being an ex still makes her very unhappy. But what makes Serafina even more unhappy is, she doesn't even have the right to be jealous. She opens my profile and stares at our chat for a long time. Finally she sighs. Done with all the important stuff and still not thinking of me? She mutters in her heart. The next second, a notification pops up in our chat. You poked Lucien's smart little head. Intimacy +1. She stares at the message and frantically tries to unsend it. But my message has already come through. Something's up? Now, even if nothing was up, something has to be up. Serafina lets out a soft breath. Wanted to ask if you're done. Mrs. Lee wants to invite you to dinner. With no other excuse, Serafina has to bring Mrs. Lee into it. I look at the message and tease her. Only Mrs. Lee wants to see me? No, I want to too. She's so direct. I can picture the serious look on her face when she says this. I glance at the time, then type again. Oh? Then how much do you want to? Seeing this message, Serafina doesn't reply for a long time. Her face is serious as she furrows her brow over this question. She doesn't even notice Marcus knocking at the door for a while. When she snaps out of it, she finally tells him to come in. Marcus pushes the door open and is about to report the rest of the day's schedule when Serafina cuts him off. I need to ask you something. She sits upright, her expression more serious than ever, making Marcus think something huge has happened. After collecting her thoughts, Serafina continues. Hypothetically, if you told the person you like that you wanted to see them and they asked how much, how would you reply? Miss Sinclair, this is something Mr. Sterling asked you, isn't it? I thought it was something serious the way you set it up. Never knew our Miss Sinclair would say she misses someone. Hurry up, quit the nonsense. Okay, Miss Sinclair, I think Mr. Sterling. I never said it was Lucien. After a beat of silence, Serafina just goes with it and continues. Marcus clears his throat to push down the laugh on his lips and analyzes seriously. From my experience, I'd say Mr. Sterling asking you this question clearly means he knows you'd be too shy to answer, and he's teasing you on purpose. Hearing this, Serafina presses her lips together, feeling a bit disappointed. She had thought I was testing her feelings. So he's just joking? Most likely, based on my guess. But if you really have doubts, just ask him directly. Between lovers, the worst thing is guessing back and forth. Just say whatever's on your mind. Once it's out there, if you can work it out, work it out. If not, call it quits with no regrets. Marcus only meant the last part casually, but Serafina takes it to heart. She thinks it over, not even noticing when Marcus leaves. On the other side, at first when Serafina doesn't reply, I'm a bit puzzled. When I get home and open my phone, I see her message. Want to. Very much. Just 4 simple words. I climb onto the sofa while typing and sit cross-legged. After thinking for so long, you give me 4 words? I feel cheated. Reading the last 2 words, Serafina walks into the garage. As she drives, she wonders if my words carry another meaning. A moment later, she replies, "Then I'll make it up to you." Reading this, my heart actually flutters a bit, but I don't reply. After putting down my phone, I head into the bathroom to shower. A few minutes later, I grab my phone, ready to head downstairs to find food. Just then, Serafina suddenly calls. "I'm at your door." Phone in hand, I jog downstairs, open the door, and see her standing there. She must have just come from the office. Her face is slightly flushed, and she's a little out of breath. Seeing me stare openly at her, Serafina instinctively takes a step forward. "I bought some classic Harbor City snacks. Consider it my way of making it up to you. Let me see what you got. Let me in first, it's windy out here." The moment she says this, I step aside. I only have disposable slippers. Make do for now. I pull the slippers from the top cabinet. Seeing I'm not annoyed by her sudden visit, she suddenly feels weightless. Those egg waffles are a Harbor City classic. Sweet but not too sweet, crispy outside, fluffy inside. Try them. And these roast duck and fried skewers. Perfect. I haven't eaten yet. Thanks. When we reach the dining table and are about to start eating, I suddenly stop her. "Wait, do you drink? Drink? What kind of drink?" "Fruit wine. Something I brought from the capital." But her attention isn't on the wine, it's on the location. This is the first time I have mentioned where I'm from. Serafina's eyes light up. She wonders if me mentioning the capital means I'm starting to open up to her. The more she thinks, the more excited she gets, but on the outside she stays composed. Soon, I come back to the table holding a sealed jar of wine. I made this when I went to the countryside. I learned from a granny how to make mulberry wine. It's really good. Lucky you. With that, I skillfully pull out the cork. The next second, a rich aroma fills the air. When I fill her cup and hand it over, she hesitates. "Not drinking?" Back home, with family watching, I could only have a tiny cup each time. "Now's your chance to drink with me." No, I'm just worried you'll get drunk." Serafina herself has a high tolerance, so she's not worried about that. But she reads people well. She figures my tolerance must be low. I solemnly swear, then raise my cup first. "I'm fine, I won't get drunk." Serafina has no choice. She can only indulgently clink her cup with mine, eating and drinking along with me. An hour passes. My third cup is empty. Seeing me eyeing the wine again. "Lucien, don't drink anymore and you'll be drunk." With my flushed red face, I insist again. "What are you muttering about? How could I be drunk?" The more I drink, the clearer my head gets. Then I grip Serafina's hand blocking me and start to push. "Why isn't it moving? I'm using all my strength. Wow, this hand is pretty." Staring at it, I suddenly extend my index finger and lightly land it on the back of her hand. Under her shocked gaze, I trace her knuckles. She asks softly, "Lucien, are you drunk?" She tries to pull her hand back while I'm not paying attention, but my eyes are sharp. I grab it immediately, then glare at her impatiently. "Don't move, let me look." Hearing this, Serafina takes a deep breath. Her temples ache. Well, no need to ask anymore. This man is definitely drunk. Didn't he say his tolerance was great? Just 3 cups. With that thought, she sighs and tries to pull her hand back, only to find she can't. Apparently drunk me is still on guard. I laugh at her while pulling her hand to my cheek, then lower my head to rub against the back of her hand. "Serafina, I like this." Seeing me like this, her breath gets heavier. She lets me hold her hand while she quietly sips her wine. Soon, I suddenly give another order. "Switch hands. That one was too hot. I don't like it." Serafina obediently offers the other one. I carefully feel it, and after confirming I like this one too. "Serafina, this one isn't hot." This time the person barely holding her composure flushes red instantly. She exhales, watching me play with her hand. Suddenly relieved, my attention isn't on her face. But the next second, my lingering gaze on her hand shifts, and I stare at her without blinking. "Serafina, your face is so red. You must be drunk." Hearing this, Serafina instinctively covers her face with her other hand. "Lucien, are you going to take a look at who's actually drunk?" My eyes light up. "What did you say? Take a look? What a great opportunity." Under her shocked gaze, I stand up. The next second, I'm standing in front of her. Serafina first tenses her body and holds her breath. Then seeing my hazy eyes, she quietly lets go of her control and savors my scent. If I lean forward just a little more, I would touch her nose. For a moment, she wants to lean in, but she regains her senses just in time. However, I get bolder, feeling around her body, finally touching her earlobe. The instant I touch it, Serafina almost loses control. She grits her teeth, turns her head to dodge my breath, and pleads with me weakly. "Lucien, stop playing." "What? I can't hear you. You heard me." "I didn't." I pretend to glare at her fiercely, and just as Serafina thinks I'm getting angry, she notices my gaze sliding from her nose to her lips, then moving further down. Finally, my eyes lock there. Serafina freezes from my gaze. She stands up at her fastest speed ever. "Lucien, don't get any ideas." I look puzzled, scratching my head. "What are you afraid of?" "I'm not afraid." I wouldn't take advantage of you. Besides, didn't you just tell me to look? When did I? Halfway through, Serafina suddenly realizes she did use the word look. You misheard, that's not what I meant. But the moment she says this, my expression changes to one of hurt. Serafina can't bear to see me like this. Seeing me almost unable to stand, her heart clenches in fear. After a moment, she compromises and walks up to me. Go ahead and touch, but some places are off limits. Her bad, why argue with a drunk person? Seeing her give in, I pat her shoulder with satisfaction. Serafina, I want to sleep. Hearing this, Serafina freezes on the spot. Sleep? How do you want to sleep? Wash my face, brush my teeth, lie on the bed, close my eyes, and sleep. A moment later, Serafina follows me upstairs, straight into the guest bedroom. When she catches up, she sees me smiling at her with a new toothbrush in hand. Then I pull out towels and bath towels, hand them to her one by one, and walk off contentedly. Serafina holds the unopened items in her arms, unable to describe her feelings. At this thought, Serafina suddenly feels she might spend her whole life falling completely for me. My voice calls out again from outside. She quickly comes out and sees me already brushing my teeth with toothpaste in my mouth. I tilt my head and say goodnight to her. Lucian, good night. A few minutes later, Serafina stands by my bed, watching me bundled in the blanket, fast asleep. She reaches up and turns off my bedroom light before leaving. But Serafina doesn't go home. She lies down in the guest room next to mine. She leaves both doors open. She knows drunk people can choke on their vomit at night, and she's worried about me. Thankfully, I sleep soundly through the night. She has someone deliver congee and hangover soup, sets them on the table, leaves me a message, then heads to the office. At noon, I wake up thirsty. With drooping eyes, I walk downstairs, grab water from the kitchen, and only then notice the two insulated containers on the table. I frown, puzzled, wondering what they are. After I get closer, I examine them to make sure they aren't bombs. Only then do I lift the lid and find very fragrant congee. I instinctively look around. I remember Serafina and I had dinner last night. And then, as I struggle to recall, last night's scenes start flashing through my mind. When I realize how I took advantage of Serafina yesterday, I freeze in place. That was me? That shameless person taking advantage of her? Really me? I flop onto the sofa, letting my body bounce on it. I feel I'm done for. Me flirting with Serafina has gotten to the point where even my subconscious acts on it. How am I supposed to face her in the future? What if I pretend I don't remember anything? Would Serafina believe it? While I'm hesitating, the doorbell suddenly rings. With zero will to live, I drag myself off the sofa and float over to the door. A few seconds later, when I see Serafina standing outside, I don't even think. I close the door right away. When I realize what I just did, my face goes deathly pale. This move obviously means I remember everything from yesterday. Through the door, I can hear her laughing outside. I take a deep breath, accept my fate, and open the door again. I know I crossed the line last night. Go ahead and yell at me. I lower my head to apologize, then close my eyes waiting for the slap. But the slap I imagined doesn't come. Instead, a warm hand strokes my head. Seeing me open my eyes in surprise, Serafina's lips curve and she asks back, "How did you cross the line and how do you know I didn't want it?" Before I can react, Serafina's face grows large in front of me. "Lucian, do you know what I wanted to do when you were that close to me last night?" I don't know why, but after she asks this, my gaze drops to her lips. I don't know what Serafina wanted to do, but I know what I want. As if sensing my thoughts, she lowers her heels back to the ground, and as she walks past me, she leaves a single line. "I'm thinking the same thing as you." Hearing this, my face is full of question marks. I quickly chase after her. "What's my thought? What's your thought? Wait, how does she know what I was just thinking?" But Serafina doesn't answer. Her eyes land on the untouched hangover tea and congee on the table. "You just woke up. I want to keep asking, but on second thought, that would make me look too eager. So I hold back and just give her a cool, Seeing Serafina already getting bowls from the kitchen, serving up the congee and hangover soup, I realize she does this way too smoothly. I instantly think of the clean dining table when I woke up, and immediately feel guilty. "Don't tell me you cleaned up the whole dining room last night?" "Yeah, did it on the way out, come eat, hurry." She does and thinks of everything. But she's not chasing me, she's raising a son, right? Seeing Serafina has already pulled out the chair, I walk over and sit down, and take a sip of the smooth, creamy congee. Serafina, who has just taken out her phone, glances at me. "You're not eating?" "I'm already ate at the office cafeteria." "Then if you already ate, why did you come over?" Halfway through, I realize what I'm saying and shut my mouth in time. But Serafina doesn't let this great chance slip. "I came to see if the young master is awake yet. I just haven't had much going on lately, so I've been a bit lazy. It's not like I sleep till noon every day." Seeing my reaction, Serafina can't help but laugh softly. She feels that even if I do nothing, just seeing me makes her mood lift uncontrollably. Because Serafina is laughing too loudly, I shoot her a displeased glance, then speed up to finish eating. The moment I finish, I see Serafina about to get up and clean. "Hey, no, I'm not useless. I'll do it. What's the deal with a guest doing chores?" With that, I take the containers and bowls to the kitchen, roll up my sleeves, and start washing. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Serafina has somehow followed me, standing at the kitchen door watching me. I get a little awkward. "Don't you trust me to do chores?" "No." "Then why are you staring at me? Worried you'd get bored." "Oh? When did Miss Sinclair switch careers to being a chat girl? Does it pay well?" Serafina isn't offended. She even plays along with a thoughtful expression. Seeing me put the bowls in the sterilizer and turn to grab the containers, she finally replies, "It doesn't pay especially well." Then she hands me a tissue. The main thing is keeping the customer happy. Right, Mr. Sterling? Wiping the water off my hands, I act cool. I think you're just okay. Just okay? Why just okay? Mr. Sterling, tell me where I'm lacking. The woman in front of me has all the right curves. My eyes light up, then I quickly pretend to be calm. You're too reserved. A chat girl should be more, you know what? You know what? What's that? I don't get it.